Hello and welcome to this unnamed town. If this is your first time joining us, my name is Maria and I'm creating my own custom town in The Sims 2. So this is not a let's play. I am focusing on creating families, creating memories for those families, all the relationships, the drama, the skills, the jobs, all of that sort of stuff, as well as lots as we're going to be doing today. In the first couple of episodes, we created some families and we created a lot of drama between them. So you can check those out if you want to, but today we're going to be focusing on some of the lots. As you can see, the town is a little bit different from what it was originally. This is still the death lot. This is where all of our Sims come to die. You can kind of see in the background the tombstones. I've also added sort of a strip of community lots here. They might move at some point, I'm not sure. I sort of went through the library of community lots that are already in game and I added some that I liked. The one that is probably going to be most helpful to us is H&M Pleasant View, because in this game you actually have to go to a store to buy clothing. And in today's episode, I'm going to be focusing on the Sullivan and the Reynolds families, going into their houses, changing their houses to fit the families, and also changing the Sims. And by that I mean changing how they look with clothes and hair, and also changing their skills, jobs, whatever. So if you did watch the previous episodes, you will know that the Sullivan family is actually connected to the Reynolds family. So Curtis Reynolds is actually the brother of Kaylee Sullivan. And I think we're going to start with the Reynolds family today. These guys were created last episode. They had all of their kids, and this is what they currently look like. I think I'm going to start by actually giving them jobs and such. So Curtis is a pleasure sim and his lifetime want is to be a professional party guest. He wants to be in the slacker career. What about Jamie? She is a family sim and she wants to reach her golden anniversary. However, she does have a fear of having a baby and I locked that because I thought that was kind of funny. So maybe she wants to be a housewife if she is a family sim and her lifetime want is to reach the golden anniversary. She doesn't want a job maybe. Whereas this guy, we can get him the slacker career. So I'm going to give them some skills. She should probably have some cooking skill. If she's going to be a housewife, she's probably going to be staying home and cooking for the kids. Same goes for cleaning for the same reason. She can be a little charismatic and maybe a tad of mechanical. It's like if stuff breaks around the house, maybe she will be able to fix that. Hobby enthusiasm. I would say cuisine. Oh, and that's actually the hobby that she naturally likes, so that was a good guess. Film and literature a little bit. Potentially, I'll give her like 1 in arts and crafts. I didn't give her any skills and creativity, but maybe that's something that the player can pursue. I think we can leave it at that since she's not an elder. I usually give elders more skills and hobby enthusiasm because they are more established. Alright, his natural hobby enthusiasm is sports, so I'll give him some enthusiasm in that. Maybe games as well, maybe a little bit of fitness. As for career skills, is he lazy? No, he's actually very active. Alright, well then I'll give him some body skill, a little bit of logic, maybe some mechanical as well, potentially some cleaning, and maybe like 1 cooking skill. Maybe we could guess that he's kind of active like his father. Does that match up with his personality? Oh yes, it does. He is very, very active like his dad. So maybe I'll give him just a couple of body skills and maybe a little bit of creativity and maybe like 1 charisma, just like his mum. So giving him a little bit of a head start in his skills. He is naturally very into sports, just like his dad. Maybe 1 in games. And maybe he can be interested in cuisine a little bit as well, like his mum. Alright, so this is what the house looks like. I obviously didn't build the house. This is something that I did take from the pre-built houses, but I'm going to be editing it myself. I am very bad at creating shells for houses, but I feel like furnishing, I'm okay. But before we do that, I want to get the newspaper so I can give them jobs, and I want to change their appearances as well. He is now a record store clerk, which is, I think, level 3 or 4. He still is missing some of his skills, which is fine by me, because that gives the player something to work towards. As for how they purchased such a huge house on a record store clerk salary, maybe we can say that Jamie inherited some money from her parents. Obviously, they have a lot of family funds right now. I'm going to change that when the game starts. I just need that to actually build the house. But maybe we can say that she inherited a lot of money from her parents when they died, or maybe she inherited the house from her parents, I don't know. So they are able to live in such a big house, but once the game starts, they won't have that much money. Alright, now to buy these guys some clothes. Oh, and there's his sister. Maybe something like this. This seems like a really sort of dad outfit. Maybe something like this for Jamie. So maybe something like this, and maybe this for the baby. Now it's time to actually get into the house. I think I'm going to speed this part up because it's going to take me a long time. So I'll see you when I'm done. So I built a house. I furnished a house, I should rather say. And I must say that furnishing and building houses in The Sims 2 is not my favorite thing to do. For this, I would rather go to The Sims 4, and that is probably the only time you will ever hear me say that. The Sims 4 has better creator sim and better building tools, but for the gameplay, definitely Sims 2 is my favorite. Anyway, I can talk about that for hours. So, let's have a look at what I created here. I started off here in the kitchen, and it's actually very hard to get things to match in The Sims 2, I find. The colors don't exactly match, and also I can't figure out how to use the move objects cheat or if the alt works in this game. I don't know. I created this cute little kitchen with like a sort of dining area. I didn't know what to put in this space, so I ended up deciding that they're going to have a cat and we're going to adopt one in a second. This is the sort of living room area where you've got little space for the cat. You can watch some TV and the kids can play here. We have a study room, a dartboard here as well. The master bedroom, this is the master bath, and in the master bedroom you've got a space for the baby as well as some sewing equipment here. I figured maybe Jamie would be interested in sewing. Upstairs we've got Lloyd's bedroom, which looks like this, especially like the clothes on the floor. We've got a funky looking bathroom and Sean's bedroom. And that's pretty much it. It's kind of simple. It took me way too long to create because I am so inexperienced in this, but I do like the finished product. Maybe not my best work, but still. What we are going to do now is first of all bring the kid up, but I also want to get them a fish and a cat. Pet adoption service. I think we're going to adopt Mr. Sweets. I don't know why the police deliver the cat. It is what it is. Alright, now the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set them a certain amount of money. So as I said, they've got this big house, they've inherited the money from Jamie's parents, or maybe they've inherited the house from Jamie's parents, but the moment she's not working, the only income is coming from Curtis, so they shouldn't really have that much money. I'm thinking something along the lines of maybe 2,000. So maybe 2,356. There we go. And one last thing I wanted to do is maybe fill in the sim bios. So Jamie has always wanted to be a stay-at-home mother. However, after having her 3 kids, she realized there is more she wants out of life. Will Jamie be able to find her passion in a new hobby? Or will she choose a different path for herself? So I'm basing this on the fact that she got this fear of having a child after having her 3rd child. And this could be very baseless, but this is what I like to do to sort of spice it up. And the fact that her husband wants to be a professional slacker, maybe for him, he was sort of forced into being the provider of the family and he doesn't want to do that. So Curtis has found himself to be the sole provider for his family, with his wife's inheritance quickly draining and little ambition for a career. Will Curtis be successful in doing so? And that gives the player the opportunity to sort of take this family and run with it, I guess. Now, if I were to play this family, maybe I would do something like, so Jamie doesn't really want to be a stay-at-home mum, Curtis doesn't really want to be the sole provider. Maybe they can sort of switch roles in that and have Curtis stay at home with the kids and Jamie maybe go out and work. Or maybe Jamie can find a new hobby in sewing or buying some other hobby equipment. There's plenty of hobby stuff in The Sims 2. So basically there's a lot to sort of be expanded on here. Oh, I can also enter a family bio here. Upon having their 3rd child, Jamie and Curtis both realized that life as it is perhaps not what they both wanted. Will they be able to find their places in life? Alright, let's load into the Sullivan household and figure out what these guys want. So this is the sort of shell of the house. First things first, let's change these outfits. Oh no, this was his formal. Nope. There we go, we can give her a normal outfit. But first let's wait for the newspaper to arrive. Alright, the newspaper isn't arriving today because it's 1 p.m. While I'm waiting, I might as well invite the family around because the cousins haven't actually met yet. Finally, the newspaper arrived. Oh my god. Law enforcement, that's what it is. He's gonna be on level 5. Culinary. And set her to level 4. Before I continue, I'm going to call Nanny to come in at the times when she's at work. Because if I forget to do that, she won't be able to go to work, and that's annoying. Track schedule. There we go. Perfect. So the nanny's going to be there to take care of the kid when I'm not able to. So now let's save, and let's get into actually building the house. So I have furnished the house. So this house is a little bit more modern. We've got a bit brighter, lighter colours. This is the parents' room. We've got a sort of dining area here and a nice big spacious kitchen, a small bathroom. This is sort of the living room area where we're going to get a little pet here as well, a hamster. This is the study with the communal computer. And then here we can go upstairs. And what I like about this house is that the upstairs actually looks down, balcony thing, and you can look down into the room below. This one looks down into the living room and this one looks down into the kitchen. I like that. Even though realistically, it would probably be annoying because if you're cooking in the kitchen, all the smell comes up into the second floor, but whatever. This is The Sims. Well, there's a bathroom here, and then I've put a little sort of reading nook here and an area where you can sort of learn some creativity and also chill. This is Morgan's room, nice and spacious, has plenty of room to play. And this is Miles' room, the boy. And you've got this walk-in closet here, a nice little area for him to do his homework, sleep and chill and play as well. So there we go, their house is also complete. Alright, so with this family, the family funds should be a little bit higher than with the last one. I'm going to give them, let's say, maybe something like 8,000. Let's say 8,000. I never noticed that Kaylee is so grouchy. Let's make that a part of her personality. She's very serious and she's very grouchy, but she wants to be a celebrity chef. Let's make that her conflict point. Seems to be on the right track to achieve, is that how you spell achieve? I hope so. Her dream of becoming a celebrity chef. But will her seriousness and grouchiness stop her in getting the recognition she so craves? He wants to be a captain, but he's also a family sim. Let's make that his conflict point. Working in law enforcement is a dangerous pursuit. Will Craig be able to achieve his lifelong wish of being a captain? Or will his fear of one day not being there for his family stop him? So he is a family sim. He wants to be there for his family. Family is the most important thing for him, but he also wants to be a police officer. Those can be conflicting things in the sense that, you know, it is obviously dangerous and he might not return. Craig and Kaylee both have dreams of their own, but will they be able to overcome the obstacles that each of them face? That should be enough. And then if the player wants more information, they can read up on that. It's good to see that the town is actually being populated now and that, you know, we have that connection there. I always like looking at the friends connections. Obviously, they are family and friends as well. I also did place down some of these. I might be moving them, we'll see. These are some houses that I liked while I was looking for the perfect sort of shell for the families. I also placed down these and I like these, so I might keep them for some other families. We also have this funky looking house in the distance. It's going to come into play later on. But looking at the families that we currently have, we've got the Carter family from episode 1. We need to give her a special home. She's a special lady with some special issues. The Young family still needs a home. The Davis family, which are actually the Reynolds family, I need to rename those. They are the parents of the Sullivans and the Reynolds. They need a house, but I think I'm going to make apartment blocks for them later. The Sullivan, he's Craig's dad, and he also is probably going to be in that apartment block. We've got these guys, who are the Brooks, not the Browns. I need to rename them. They need a home. And this guy, he is also one of the Brooks kids. He needs a home. I think next episode we're going to be focusing on the family where this guy's wife comes from. They are a very complicated family with a lot of members in it, so it might take a while to actually figure everything out, but that should be interesting. There's a lot of drama that happens there as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a comment if you did. I really love chatting with you because Sims 2 is a very big passion of mine. I can talk about it for hours, but I hope you enjoyed and I will see you in the next one. Bye!